Welcome to Horror Review Sunday. Let's talk about Dolly Dearest. I got the new Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray that just came out about a year ago, and this is a movie that I used to see on the shelf growing up at Hollywood Video, and this poster would always terrify me. Just the look of the doll holding like a meat cleaver, staring at you when you walk by it, it always creeped me out. And this was my first time watch, and surprisingly, I really liked it. I went in with low expectations because I was told that this movie wasn't that good, but it was actually pretty damn decent. Like the first half is really good, the second half is fine, but that first half was pretty strong. So this movie is about these Mayan ruins are being explored, and they accidentally release this evil out of it, and they possess these dolls at a nearby doll making factory. And this American family moves into Mexico. The dad's going to work at this little factory, and the daughter gets one of the dolls, and the dolls try to possess her soul and make her a devil child. So this is not a just a killer doll movie, but there's possession involved, not only with the dolls being possessed by evil that's ancient, but also they're trying to possess this girl. So it's kind of like Child's Play, but a little different, all right? Because we're not dealing with voodoo, we're dealing with like ancient evil that's been buried in some tomb for thousands of years, and now it's released, and they want to make her a devil child. They're not trying to take over her soul and take her body like Andy Barclay or something like that. It's a little different. So, but interestingly enough, the stunt double, or the Chucky double in the Child's Play movies, Ed Gale plays Dolly Dearest in this movie. So you got the same actor who plays Chucky, not the voice, but the doll. He's playing Dolly Dearest. So I thought that was really interesting to see. And this movie was written and directed by a woman named Maria Lease. I'm not familiar with her, but just letting you know. In this movie stars Denise Crosby, and it stars Rip Torn. Very interesting name from Men in Black and all kinds of things. But yeah, let's talk about this movie. What are my positives for this movie? I really like the look of the doll and the voice that they use. It gets a little cliche, like demonic sounding towards the end, but when the voice is just trying to like lure the girl to the playhouse and stuff, the voice was pretty creepy. The look of the doll is kind of haunting, like Rip Torn says in one scene. I really like the look of the doll, so they did a good job there. It actually looks like kind of creepy and unsettling, but also like cute enough for little kids to actually want. It's not like so weird looking that you're like, well, what kid would even want this in their home? It's not like that. So I thought the movie was pretty good at creating a lot of good like spooky atmosphere. The house, and when they're going around the basement, and just the doll making factory, it's run down, looks like shit, and just there's a lot of good like atmospheric sets here, and I just thought the look of the movie was pretty good. And the multiple dolls aspect I really liked. It was kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting there to be multiple dolls, but this evil is able to take over multiple dolls, the ones at the factory and the one at the house. So I like that. This is Cult of Chucky way before Cult of Chucky. And the child actors in this movie are actually pretty good. They're not so terrible like you would expect most child actors to be in a lesser known horror movie like this. They're actually pretty damn good. They might even be a little better than the parents, if I'm being honest, because their performances are a little shaky in moments. Denise Crosby and Rip Torn, his accent just comes and goes like he's playing a Mexican, and then his Mexican accent just kind of keeps disappearing. The music in this movie is pretty good also. It's very intense and loud, and just really, really helps build the tension in certain scenes. So the music overall was another plus in the movie. The first half of the movie, like I said, is very strong. There's just lots of good moments with the doll sneaking around. You can just see it walking in the background. It's just very creepy. It has some really good creepy moments, like when the windows shatter and the little girl is just sitting there, just all quiet, staring at nothing, and the wind's blowing, there's lightning and rain, and it just looks great. So all that stuff was pretty good. And as for any negatives, I thought that this might be just nitpicky, but I thought that they should have made the progression of the daughter going evil, stretch that out. Like it just happens instantly. Like as soon as she gets the doll, it's like the next scene she's already turning into Damien in The Omen. It's very quick. I thought they should have maybe did like a slow progression thing instead. It's just like at the drop of a hat, she's insane and just a little too much. Like they just should have stretched that out maybe a little bit more, have a slower progression to that. In the adult actors in this movie, their performances are fine, but there's just some moments where it kind of starts to slip a little bit for me. Maybe like their reactions aren't as strong as they should. I just feel like they're not giving the best performance that they could have been giving. And also the Devil Child story, I think it wasn't really written that well. There's still some questions I have. And like I don't know, I don't understand like what exactly it is that they're doing to get her, like how exactly they're going about making her the devil child. It just seems very quickly that she's becoming possessed, but then she's not possessed. But what did they do to stop that? I don't know. I have some questions. Maybe I have to rewatch it. But the whole devil child thing wasn't really making a whole lot of sense to me. You know, unfortunately, this movie's third act doesn't really live up to the first two thirds that I thought were pretty strong. After about the hour mark, the last 30 minutes, it starts to become more of an investigation and it gets bogged down with a lot of, you questioning people and getting all this exposition instead of, ramping up the tension and, giving us a grand finale. Usually, that kind of stuff, the whole finding people and experts and getting all this information. That's usually stuff in the second act, but they save it for like after over an hour in. They spend a good like 15 minutes or so in just doing all this investigating, and it just kind of bogs down the film a little bit. So it should have been speeding up at that point, not slowing down right before the finale at the dollhouse or the doll factory. And I felt like the movie kind of wrapped up very quickly at the end. There wasn't really much of a showdown. But I get it's dolls. What can they do really? They don't really have super strength or anything. They're just dolls. So I just wish there was maybe more there in that final act at the doll factory, and maybe throw in an extra kill or two because there's only two kills in the movie overall. Besides the accident in the open, you get two doll murders in the movie, and I feel like they should have had one or two extra kills in here towards the end. But final thoughts: I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was actually surprisingly good. It's not great. It's got some cheesiness to it a little bit. Some of the visual effects, and it just could have had a better ending. But the first two thirds are strong enough for me to recommend it to you. So if you like killer doll movies and you haven't seen this one's a little underappreciated if you ask me. It's not that bad. It's definitely worth seeking out. So if you like this subgenre of horror, if you like killer doll movies, this is one definitely worth checking out. Stream it, borrow it from a friend, or rent it at Redbox. Alright, time for some quick spoilers. One thing that I felt was unnecessary in the opening is the whole red laser looking things. There's like three red lines that are just, they move like this. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks weird. I'll show you. I'm sure I'll show a clip. It's just unnecessary. It's like we get that this is like the Evil Dead POV of the evil. It's very Evil Dead going through the woods or whatever, just running around. Like this is the POV of evil. Like I get it. I don't need to see the visual aid. Like this is evil going towards the factory and they're gonna possess the dolls. And they say that these evil spirits or whatever can possess anything they want. I'm not sure why they immediately decided to go attach themselves to dolls at some like abandoned factory. I don't know. They could have just kept looking for people or something else to possess, but it has to happen. So they moved into the house, and the daughter, she finds the doll at the factory and picks it out. And at first, I thought it was just convenient that she picked the one that got possessed, but no, they all are possessed. And she immediately is like already possessed. Like they got some hold on her and they're influencing her. There seems to be some kind of telepathic link between them. It seems like there's moments where they're communicating in their minds, but I'm not sure if that's really what's happening, but it just kind of looks like it. Like they're influencing her actions and telling her what to do, how to, you know, kiss her mom's ass in one scene and make her think that everything's normal. And she's already like drawing like macabre drawings and she's speaking in a foreign language. It's like, it's right away. It's like instant change. And then the priest is blessing the house and she's panicking, like Damien and the Omen, like, no, get rid of him. And then you got like the kind of cliche, like Latino or Latina maid at the house, but this is in Mexico, so it makes sense that she's a Latina. But she has like a crucifix hanging from her wrist, and the little girl panics. So it's like she's already like possessed as soon as she like touches the doll. I like how in horror movies kids never seem to be all that disturbed by the fact that their dolls are walking and talking. Andy Barclay wasn't really disturbed, and this girl is smiling at the sight of Dolly Dearest walking to the giant playhouse in the backyard. That would have creeped me the fuck out, even at that age. I would have been like, this isn't normal. This isn't right. So the first kill in the movie is the maid. She is lured to the basement, and there's like a pool down there. There's just like this water, and she gets electrocuted. But before that, she's getting like pushed down the stairs and stabbed in the shoulder. And it's a very well executed scene. I like what they did there, and it's just pretty creepy if you put yourself in her shoes. That would be terrifying. And it seems like she has telekinesis to hold doors shut. There's a moment where she's trying to open up the door and it won't open, and it's the playhouse door, and there's no lock on it. It's a fake door. So obviously she has like some kind of telekinesis, and she's holding the door shut. He or she or whatever, the evil. And this movie has a cat scare. I don't care for that. And that cat keeps coming back again and again. And the second kill in this movie is this poor, lonely worker at the doll factory who keeps talking to the dolls, and the doll even like rolls its eyes at the guy. Like the doll is just embarrassed for him, like, you lonely, pathetic soul, I'm gonna put you out of your misery. So he gets his hand sewn, and then he has a heart attack. It was really weird because I thought that something was about to burst out of his chest. They actually made like a fake chest for the guy so you could actually see his heart beating really fast and then stop beating. And it was just weird. Like, usually in movies like Child's Play 3, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The guy has a heart attack. You don't see the heart beating and then stop. But in this movie, they felt the need to go the extra mile and show you that his heart actually did stop. And for some reason, he's bleeding out of his mouth when we find his body later on. I'm not sure why a heart attack would make you start bleeding from the mouth like that. And so she goes to her daughter. She's like, I'm taking this damn doll away from you. But then she's like, no, I'll kill you, Mom. And then her voice gets really deep, and the son hears it, but the dad, who's like not even 2 steps behind him, doesn't hear it. Like, I don't understand how the dad didn't hear him. I don't know. But then the dad's like on the daughter's side. Of course, we get like a repeated situation from like The Orphan, where the parent is always on the kid's side, blaming the wife. Like, it's just you. You're the problem. It's like, no, the kid's a problem. Obviously, there's a change here, and he's not listening to reason, and he should have been killed later on. And but yeah, it's like, dude, your daughter speaks like that, and then like her reaction is not quite as strong as it should have been. She should have been more freaked out. And if it was me, I would have ran back in there, took the doll, like, threaten me all you want. I'm burning this fucking doll. She should have taken charge right away. There's one creepy line in this movie from Rip Torn. He says to Denise Crosby about her son, like, I see your beauty in your son's face. It's supposed to be like a compliment to her, like he's calling her beautiful, but you're saying that her beautiful face you see on her son, like you're calling her son beautiful, like you like her son's face. It sounded weird the way he said it. And so then the doll just reveals it's alive to the mom. So I didn't think it was going to do that. I thought that was shocking. It's just like, yeah, I know that you know, so I'm just going to come out right now and show my cards. And she just runs out, gets the gun, and then at some point the son gets the gun and blasts the doll through the door. I thought that was a little ridiculous how this little doll somehow went through the damn door. It was going that fast. It went through a wooden door like it was made of paper, And so then we get this scene where the dad's strung up and he's going to get like grinded by something, but then Rip comes in and saves the day. Unfortunately, that would have been cool to see the dad get killed like that, but I kind of knew that this movie wasn't going to have the balls to do that, to kill the dad so brutally, but that would have been awesome to see. And so they're just going to throw a bunch of TNT and dynamite everywhere. The kid, disobeying his parents for the 50th time in the movie, grabs a stick of dynamite, blows up the mines, and in the Mayan ruins. And then the dad is he's blowing up his whole factory that he just bought, as opposed to just getting a shotgun and blowing them away that way without destroying your property. That was just a little absurd to me, too. It's like, why would you destroy your entire factory just to kill 2 dolls or 3? Like, the shotgun was effective on the other doll, so why wouldn't it work for these? Why blow up the whole fucking place? So just shoot them. Anyways, and shooting them, I mean, I'm overthinking, I guess, but would that really kill the evil? I mean, you're just killing the vessel. So even though they blow them up and they shoot the one, like, wouldn't the evil just be in the air again, just trying to find some other host? Like, I don't get it. Like, and what was weird was when the movie ends, it's zooming in on the warehouse that's burning, and the music is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like it's building up to something, like something's gonna come out of the smoke and the fire, like there's one more doll alive, and then it just cuts to black and there's nothing. So that was just weird. I was like expecting a doll to come right out the front door, like I'm still alive, and then we were gonna get like an extra 3 to 5 minute scene right after that. No, it's over. It was just really weird because of the music building up like that. But that's the end of Dolly Dearest. Let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. Do you like it? What's your favorite killer doll movie? I'm sure it's Child's Play, but let me know anyways in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's just an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.